Hey guys, I think I'm live and I think we're okay. I think. Microphone's on, lights are on, camera action, and a noisy chairperson behind me. How dare they? I think my computer's on silent. Oh no, it is now. I am going to do... come over here, coffee. Honestly, it doesn't matter how big your desk is, like a woman's handbag. No matter how big it is, you always find crap to fill it up with. Okay, let's do my shares. Let's just do that quickly while I'm waiting for people to join me. Let's put it in my page first. How is everybody who is here and watching? I need to pin it. Do you know what? I've forgotten to pin the last few lives. That's naughty. Where are we? There we are. One more and then we're done. I think that's pretty much all the ones I can share in, to be honest. Hi Joanne, hi Wendy. Okay. So. Really? Someone's revving their bike outside now. Hi. How are you? Hi. So many lovely people. Hi. Look, my face is back. For those of you that missed this mug on their screen, it's now back. Yeah, so we've got 10 people watching. I'm just going to go ahead because they can rewind if they want. I read my lovely, well, now it's chill time. It is chill time in the den. And you can watch me make an absolute mockery of myself. Do you know what I said? I'm not getting up. I'm in my pajama bottoms. And I've left my coffee man. Yeah. I've left my backing board in the kitchen. Oh, I would lose my head if it wasn't screwed on. Okay. So, to give you... Thank you, my lovely. Okay. To give you a bit of background, I am signed up with a craft group, website, web teaching, I don't know what you'd call it, called Craft Mondo. Mondo. If Maggie's here at any point, she'll be able to confirm. Mondo, can't remember. Anyway, it's, if you like watching crafty stuff, it's probably worth you having a look and actually signing up. And you basically reserve your spot on courses that you like the look of. And while the course is running over the course of 3 days, I think they run from 4 till 7. You get to learn about various things you want to learn about. And it's actually really, really good. So if you ever saw my polymaclane mushrooms, that's where I learned how to do them. And I actually got an order for them, so that was quite fun. Yeah, gotta love good old coffee, man. Hi, Katie. Curious Mondo. So Maggie's written it in there. And the lady that we had a class with over the last couple of days, and I'm going to have to scoot over to my Google because I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Rogine Manas. And she works in something that I'd never heard of before. And this is said results of playing with the stuff that I'd never heard of before. And it is called Creative Paper Clay. Now, for all of you muckers out there, like Coffee Man, they'll turn around and say, oh, it's paper mache. And it sort of is. But it's smooth. It's very much like a really soft clay. If you've ever used Sculpey before, it's very much like Sculpey. But it dries very hard, has a little bit of flex to it, and yeah, you can do some pretty amazing stuff with it. So yesterday I had a play, and I made a leaf, a leaf bowl. Right, let me get the autofocus going. There is a group on Facebook, but you need to go, hey, well done, YouTube. You need to go to the website and sign up on the website. If you miss the class, it will not be repeated. So you have to watch the class when they're on, unless you buy the course. So that's how they make their money. That's why they're able to offer it to you free at the time of streaming. But after that, you do have to pay for the course if you want to have a version that you can go back and watch later. So me being glutton for punishment has decided that tonight we're going to have a go at, based on the logical stuff that I watched over the last couple of days. And my head hasn't sucked in an awful lot, so this could go tragically wrong. So basically, I've made this little bowl. It's very cute. It will sit with my wedding rings. I'm going to wait for it to fully dry before I paint it. And you can tell when it's fully dry, as she quite rightly said, and I've discovered myself, that when it's cold, you know it's still wet, so it hasn't fully dried. So I'm going to show you all the various things that you can do with it. And we are going to make a picture. I'm actually going to make a 3D sculptured picture. It's hard to describe. And then I made this sort of weird sea, bottom of the ocean, what would you call it? There's my little corally type stuff. And this is still drying, but if you I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear how hard that is? Is anyone else having trouble? Oh, this isn't funny. I don't know. It's spinning on my screen, but it's spun on my screen for the last 3 weeks. I'm losing viewers, so I don't know whether it's lost. Let me know if you can hear me, or if you can still see me okay. Can you just give me a thumbs up or something in the chat? I can see you, no problem. Okay. It's Wendy's problem then, unfortunately. So, yeah, the basis is, I should have brought up a picture really for you to have a look at. But we're basically going to sculpt an owl today. In fact, let me see if I can find a picture very quickly. And let's see if I can show you. So I'm doing my own picture, but I'm going to be doing it in the style that she's taught, basically. So I don't know whether this is going to work. Are you going to work? You're giving me the plus sign, but you're not. Right, hang on. We'll do it the quick way. So it's done on, I suppose, like... Actually, I don't even know what you'd class it as. Right, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to pop it onto... There you go. You can see some of it already. So imagine that's my board that you see on the bottom there. In fact, let me zoom that right in. And that's essentially what I am aiming for. Brill. Okay. In cake decorating world to make a 3D picture bas relief. Yes, pretty much. So I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. I don't know why I've taken on such a mammoth task, but you know me, I'm never one to back down from a challenge. No one challenged me to do this apart from myself. So I'm clearly, quite frankly, gone in the head right now because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. But I thought, welcome back. I thought we'd give it a go anyway. So I'll stop yabbering, but that is the basis of the style that I'm going for. So I took a picture of an owl years ago at Wing and Wildlife, and this is what we're basing it on. So we are basing it on, I gave two people a choice. I can't see anything now. Where did that go? Is it that one? I gave two people the choice of 3 images. So that one some of you may recognise, and then these two. But it was this one that they decided in the end. And I do quite like that. And I want to try and make, where the image you just saw is actually quite flat, I want to try and make it a bit more 3D. So we've got a bit of body going on the portrait. So yeah, as I say, I think I'm clearly bonkers. Right, I'm just going to bring the reference image up so I can have that in front of me. But I'm not going to be really detailed, and I'm going to have a bit of a play with it as well, so you can see exactly what you can do with this medium. You might, if anyone can hear me and you lose video, just you're going to have to refresh the app. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Apparently there is quite a lot of issues at the moment, and a few people have had issues on lives, so they still need drying. So I'm going to pop that out of the way. So paper clay, so you can use, sorry it's really noisy, just getting my little plastic sheet here to protect my desk, and it's easy to peel it off the back as it can get quite sticky. If you're like me and you have hot hands and you've ever used Sculpey, it goes like chewing gum. So I'm going to chop a bit off. Where's my tissue blade? Okay. I've got a bowl of water because as it starts to dry, sometimes you need to reactivate it a little bit with water. So I'm just going to take a little chunk off at the minute. And fold that over. So it's really squishy. Look, you can see how it's softer than air dry clay. Will you glaze? I'm not going to paint it to be realistic. I'm going to go for that wash look. You know, when you wash it over and you get all the paint in the crevices and then you wash it over the top. The only thing that I might do a little bit more detail on is the background. I'm not 100% sure. Do you remember when I painted that? I've been a little bit inspired by that, and I quite fancy, I've got tools everywhere because I do polymer clay as well. I've got all my polymer clay tools out. So I quite fancy over his head maybe doing an arch, like very similar to the Art Nouveau drawing that I'm doing at the moment. I'm going to take my rings off actually. Let's put them in my leaf bowl. See, look. How perfect is that? What a beautiful little gift to give to someone. So yeah, I'm just going to glaze it really. So I want to show you. This better not go wrong. This is a really deep mould. So it's made up of like really small paper fibres. I have had a go at making my own and I wasn't particularly successful. So it's not as easy as you think. Okay, I don't know how well this is going to release because I can't use talc. I can't use any releasing medium unless it's Vaseline, and that's no good for anyone. Oh, look. Oh, that's popped out really easy. There you go. Look at that. You see how 3D that is? All the detail. Let me see how close I can get. All that detail in there. I've purposely not put the overhead light on because I think when I'm carving the details on the owl, I think you need to see it. So I didn't want big glaring bright lights over the top because I wanted you to get an idea of it all. So imagine my squeal of delight when I tried it in my steampunk moulds. I love playing with polymer clay and any clay really. Look at that. So happy. So yeah, expect some mixed media steampunk stuff coming because it's totally happening. Totally happening. But look how clean that is. So not only can you use moulds, you can stamp. I'm conscious of it drying, so I'm just going to wet my fingers slightly. You can stamp into it. So an old brooch. I have a textures drawer in my polymer clay stuff where everything I want to make a texture out of I keep in my drawer. See, oh, it's just lovely. And I've got some lace here. So look, instead of me keep lifting it up, why don't I just zoom you in? That would be much more sensible. So I'm going to push in and see what happens. Hi. You look like you're doing dentures. Dear, we are playing with paper clay, Doris. Oh, look at that. So I wonder if we can get that any stronger by using a roller. Where's my baby roller? Let's get my baby roller. Wi-Fi naughty, so not ignoring you. Naughty Wi-Fi. Pretty sure my knuckles just cracked then. Okay, so let's put the lace back on. I'm just gonna, as long as it doesn't move the lace too much, I just want to get as deep of an imprint as I can. There we go. Look at that. This is good stuff, peeps. This is good stuff. Love this. By the way, Katie, if you want to have a go at making figurines, I don't know how your fingers are with dexterity with regards to kneading the clay beforehand, but Kato is the strongest, or one of the strongest out there. So it's a really, really good clay to do sculptures with because it, as I say, they're really, really hard. That's just gorgeous. So yeah, I don't know what I want to do for the background because I thought I saw this lace and I thought I love that lace. It's really, really lush. And then you've got all like these. Look how, yeah, there you go. How about that for a cool little feather effect? It's just, there's too many nice things that you can do. I don't know whether you can see how far. You can't really see on that camera. Okay, let me try another one. That's quite funky. That's really funky. I like that. So I don't know how I'm going to do the feathers yet. As I say, I'm playing this all by ear. So if it comes out an absolute mess at the end of it, you all have permission to laugh at me because it's going to go tragically wrong, I think. I fail with polymer. Why? Do you know what? The only thing I don't like about polymer clay and this stuff is how it starts to dry on my hands because I can feel it and it's going all powdery and it's disgusting and gross. Okay, now I'm going to try and remember all the things that she went through on the class, which isn't a lot, to be fair, seeing as the children were at home when it was playing and we had TV, music, people, and it was pretty noisy. Now, we're going to need a fair bit, but it does go a long way, so I'm going to chop a fair whack off. Get in there. I'll just look and slice. That's how soft it is. The packet's just sliced it up. It might be the type of clay that you're using if you're having problems with it. I should probably blue tack this down because it's annoying me already. Is my tape around? Yes. So depending on the size of your piece of work will of course depend on how long it takes to dry. My leaf, which I was actually expecting to dry pretty quickly, has been drying since 8 o'clock yesterday, I think. Come on, you bit of clay there. Ah, it just doesn't work when I try it. It gets all mushed together. Did you see my... Oh, no, I don't think I have, actually. Oh, I'll go and have a look. Maybe you're like me and if you suffer from hot hands, they can go a bit mulchy. Okay, so it rolls out really, really easily. So I do hope I don't get this all over my camera. I'll get my bigger rolling out. So basically, this is the outline of the image that I am trying to recreate. So I want a really good, decent base, so I know that I need to roll it out as big as that owl. So I don't know whether I have got enough. So it does roll out quite thin, and because it's going to be on a backing, I don't think I need to worry too much about it being too thin. I think I am going to have more. Yes. Slice. So satisfying doing that. Get in there. Get in there. Ugh. I thought you had very lovely long sleek fingers though. It doesn't need kneading at all, so this is brilliant for kids. So ideally I need to get that length. I don't even know how I'm going to build up the body, to be honest. I might end up doing it a bit flatter than I was hoping. So that's roughly the width. Just got to get the length. Aha, okay. Oh, it's like I'm baking. Right, we need to go a little bit wider. Although I'll probably actually, I could have ended up adding on with the wings. Okay, maybe this is going to end up flatter than I thought it would, but hey ho, I'm still learning. And it's not the cheapest stuff in the world, and I don't really want to spend or use all of it on the one picture. There we go, look, we fit. We fit, we fit, we fit. Don't know what to do with a small blade. It's just... I'm using a tissue blade at the moment, if you're wondering what I'm using, which isn't particularly working as I want it to. I don't need the small one now, so... Oh, go for it. The more you work with it, the more you'll get familiar with it. That's where all your tools come in, isn't it? Because they just work. My paper's going to curl up. I have to tape you down as well, aren't I? You're going to be naughty. Naughty paper. The moisture is basically going through the paper. I don't know why I'm taping it to the clay, but apparently that is what I'm going to do. Okay, ball tool. Ball tool. Oh, I have 50,000 tools in front of me right now. Okay, so we're just going to indent the clay. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what I'm doing. Because apparently learning a new medium on a live feed is a really practical idea. But it is fun. I do want to make his face a bit more 3D, so I think we are going to add some body to it. I don't know how. I'm not a sculptor. I've never done it before. I haven't even done cake decorating before. So I am pretty clueless. I know that we need to build up his nose and his eye area. Brings back memories when I was at work. Ah. I couldn't have worked at a chocolatier. I just would have eaten everything. It does sound like a pretty good job, doesn't it? Okay. So somewhere in my big pile of mess, let's just use my slice tool. That'll do for now. We're just going to cut around the outside, I think. I'm going to work on the board, but because it's been gessoed and it's also got some acrylic on there as well, I don't know how it's not going to stick, full stop, so I'll have to wait for it to dry. I'll work on it on the board, wait for it all to dry, then it'll probably pop off, and then I'll work on it that way. Probably, apart from rolling stuff out, put that to one side. Okay, so there's the board. Oh, you dingus. Didn't cut the bottom off, did I? I don't know whether to have them off to one side and have a tree. Right, this is where I need your help, guys, okay? I know there's a big delay between what I say and what you hear and what you type and blah, blah, blah. But I need some help making decisions. So I either put a tree up the side here with a moon, or I do some sort of folksy art type arch around the back with some leaves, because I've got all my cutters here so I can do some cutouts as well. So while we're working on the sculpting that body, have a think about what the hell I'm going to be doing next, basically, because I haven't got a clue. So your choices are a moon and a tree, or like some Art Nouveau style. I'm thinking a tree, to be honest. I don't know, like a birchwood style maybe. Yeah, I'm liking that idea. Okay, here goes. This is the bit I'm really panicking about, because I don't know what I'm doing. Mackie, why didn't you slap me earlier when I said that do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it on live feed. Because that's a really silly idea. Okay, so the first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to build the bridge on his nose. I think that's the first thing. So generally they have like that peak down the middle. I'm going to make a sausage. Let's make like a sausage. A sausage. And we're just gonna, might do the beaks separately, I think. We sort of just, I'm going to do it roughly. If I overthink this, just not going to happen. Well, clearly I wasn't listening then, was I? She totally did tell me, what are you doing? Why are you doing this on a live feed? Because I'm silly. That's why. I'm just making very rude things right now. Oh dear. Oh, dearie. I don't know what I'm doing. It is just basically that sticks out. I want to do some, I'll tell you what, let me, I don't know what I'm doing. Right, I need a paintbrush. I need to just get that bit wet. Paintbrush is massive. Okay. Right, that camera's annoying me. Focus, turn that off. Okay. I'm not going to be overly neat. I do need to be thinner. See, this is where we were talking about it going through an extruder, but we don't think it would go through one because it can get quite sticky. I don't particularly find it sticky right now, but I can imagine it probably can get sticky. Totally. Not that I'm ever monetized in the first place, but hey ho, I'll get there one day. That's why I need all you lovely lot to give me lots of thumbs up, you see, because YouTube loves the thumbs up. You give thumbs up and they're going, people interact on that video. Let's show lots of people. Okay, the reason I'm being rough is because I'm going to be going around with my pincers, I think. Plus, we've got to blend it all in anyway. It will be tremendous. That's a Maggie joke if ever I heard one. You two would get on like a house on fire. Look, I managed to do a bit 3D. I keep sticking my nails in. Ugh, hate nails and working with clay. Okay, that is as far as I'm going to go with regards to height, because I'm just going to mess it up otherwise. I know I will. And I don't want this to be realistic. I want this to be stylized but beautiful. So let's just go with whatever happens. We'll just go with the flow. And all them tools I bought ages ago for my pastels have all come in use because they're great for this. Right, I need to wrap them because they do dry pretty quickly. I'm so worried about the, so am I. Well, all we can do is wait and see, really. I mean, nothing else we can do. So I'm just blending the edges in. I don't know if you can, do me to zoom in? Let me zoom in a bit. I'm just gently pushing in, and I actually quite like it because they are, in fact I might just use the edge, they are very feathery around that particular piece of their head. Oh, that's perfect. The only thing I want to build up really is probably around the eyes. I don't know yet. I'm really undecided. I'm one of those that I have to just crack on with it, because if I overthink it, then it just won't get done. So I just have to go with the flow, follow my gut, which, you know, as nice and round as it is, it doesn't let me down very often. Not with creative decisions. Get a really nice smooth blend in that bit. Let's just get it. Oops, totally dug in there, look. Okay, so let's get that bit smoothed out. Where's my softer tools? Too soft. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that something's gonna change before all this goes ahead. They're just being overly cautious, I think. I mean, you can see how soft this is to manipulate. And there's some really pretty patterns that you can get, and just doing that, if you look at the top of an owl's head where these face feathers do join the top of the head, it actually works really well as the texture. So I can join them up. It's just, when I get the beak on, I can pull some of this over to have it look like the feathers that go over the beak. No, and that's the problem. You've seen Nerdy Crafters video, haven't you? That was very good at going through certain things. I've even started removing my Deadpool figures from my background, just in case. A little bit black there off something. Okay, I'm going to get the beak in. I don't think I want to do anything more around here because I actually really like that texture. Are you two on some sort of secret code thing, or are you just sort of mind sisters? Because that was spooky. I don't know how I'm going to do this beak. Oh, have I done it straight away? Well, I'm pretty darn pleased with that. Just need to extend it. Wow, there we go. Right, I'm not going to do any blending down because I want that stuck out. But what I do want to do is, are these pincy things going to work? I probably could have done with something smaller. That is quite funny, in all fairness. I don't know whether this is going to... I I need to just try and pinch some of this up so I can drag it over. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to just be able to, I might have to put a little bit more clay around that edge. Yeah, let me bring some more clay out. I'm not sure what to do about the eyes. I'm not sure whether to make the eyes themselves 3D or whether I should build up a little bit around them. I don't know what to do. I'm going to, you can get really thin with this stuff actually. Let's blend that. And what I can do is just push back up a little bit just to give me some lift. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to cut it, I think. So hopefully I just want him to have a few sort of upwards feathers. Does that make sense? Looks like he's wearing a skirt. Come on, be more natural. Magically turn into this beautiful 3D owl that I'm trying to achieve, somehow not working. I totally made a noise there when I dropped my coffee. Apologies if that was really loud. Okay. Feels too skirty. Does that make sense? I don't know. It doesn't look too skirty. I think because I haven't built up. I think that's what it is. I think I am going to have to build up just the top of his head. He needs a shape. He needs it pulled forward there. And I think that's probably what I'm not happy with. So let's just get in there. That will probably help me decide with the eyes a bit more as well, to be honest. So right, it's pretty smooth and we all work its way in towards. So as I would with a drawing, I still want to work my way in that direction. Oh, already happier, I think. Let's squish some of that on the top here. I know it should be rounded off more, but again, as I say, I'm trying not to go for realism right now. What we do need to do though is this really needs to be a lot more of a smoother transition. Help if I stop digging my nails in, wouldn't it? that's not too bad. Not too bad. My battery's dying. Carefully balanced near the water. It's not a good. What's happened to my screen? Turn up. It's just there we go. Okay, so still think we need a bit of build up here. I think it will help with the tilt of the face as well. The joy is, if you feel it's too much, you can take it away. A bigger ones in there. Just pushing it around. That's better to get the shape. Okay, I'm not going to do too many, but I am going to do some lines, because when we come to glaze his face, we want that detail in there. You can see how easy it is to indent and mark the clay. Don't know what I'm going to do for this eye. Does it just stick to itself? How long does it take to dry? Depending on the... Oh my god, there's a whole bit there. Depending on the size of your work, it can take anywhere sort of between a day and 3 days, really. Bye, Katie. Thanks for joining us. It does stick to itself, but if you start to have trouble, you just do what you do with icing, really, and put wet on wet. So you just wet it slightly. But while it still has moisture in the clay, you can get it to stick to itself. Especially if you're sort of doing what I'm doing and mushing it in together. Oh, hello, Maggie's answered. Yes, the aid of a little water too, always. Yeah, and those of you that know me know that I'm not renowned for my patience. Although I was very good after Maggie told me off for trying to demold my bowl I made yesterday. And she was like, no, you have to wait, because you'll only get annoyed if you ruin it. And she was right, of course. And then I forgot all about it because I put it up and out the way. And I think it was only when today's stuff got delivered that I remembered. Try and push it to lower the incline a bit, give it a bit more of a natural blend like the other side. Right, how are we looking to you guys? Because this is as new to me as it is to you. Don't like the direction of that. Let's move the board, that would help. That's a bit better. I do think this tool is perfect for doing those top feathers where it all meets. I think I like the face. I'm hoping to give it the week to dry, and then if you guys want to watch it, obviously let me know. If you don't, then I thought I could do the painting on the next live feed. Right, we've just got to do that joining feather down the middle. There we go, he looks great. Feeling the need to have a play too now. Honestly, it's once you have a go, you're like, oh my god, the things you could do. So I think I'm going to make his feathers a little bit, his wings a bit 3D. And I think Maggie made a suggestion earlier, which I thought was a nice suggestion, but I'm not sure I've made it thick enough. I might have though. Let me do the wings first. There aren't actually much of the wings to see, to be honest. So let's zoom you out a bit. So, see, can you imagine him with a glaze? I haven't done his eyes yet, have I? Hi, Emily. Okay, there really isn't much to see. Oh, all these lights are shining off loads of reflective surfaces. Very annoying. And so you can barely see much of his wing, so I'm not going to make a massive fuss over it. But it probably would be nice just to have a little bit raised. I'm wondering where would I do it? That way? give him some body, really. Okay, as I say, I'm not overly... I'm going to use some tools on his wings, actually. I'm going to go for a slightly different pattern. That's what we're going to do. I want to make him a little bit of a mixture of Art Nouveau. Something a bit different. Hope you're well. No, not falling into this trap of buying more crafty stuff that I don't use. Yeah, it's an easy trap to fall into, isn't it? Oh, there's not much in my art supply ammunition that I don't actually play with, to be fair. My felting stuff, I suppose with the two kids as well, because I do quite a bit of crafting stuff with them, I always like to have a variety, and let's be fair, us crafty types can never be satisfied with just one type of craft to play with. You have to try 50 others. Okay, as I say, we're not going for accuracy, I'm going for detail only. Indicators. I'm hoping because I sanded the board down slightly that the paper is going to have a bit of a grip on there, but as I say, if it comes away, I'll just simply glue it. They do suggest you prime your work before you paint, so when I come to glaze this, they advise to prime it, but you don't have to. Oh, guilty, my lord. Yeah, I'm very good at spending other people's money, apparently. Very good at spending my own, too. Right, I really like that texture. And I want to try... I don't think I want to do the pincers on his feathers. I want to try something a bit arty. Now, I haven't got any scrap. Actually, I probably could get away with... Okay, don't panic, everybody. Don't panic. Let's level that off a bit. And then I can experiment with this piece. Ah! You'll see some very interesting shares happening on my Facebook and Instagram over the next couple of days, and they will all be eventually on my YouTube, so don't blame me if you go and spend any money. It's got nothing to do with me at all. Okay, so I've got a tool here somewhere that I'm thinking that we just simply scoot in and then pull up for the feathers. And then pull up. Or what if we did it in the opposite direction? It just makes pockets, doesn't it? You can do this sort of stuff with half a straw, but I don't have plastic straws in the house anymore. Oh, I like that. That little one. What if I went... That's too far. Oh, I don't know. That might work, actually. Let's show you. So we go in, halfway up. In, halfway up. I don't know. It's either that or we just do scratching. I have seen a lot of the flat art done with just scratches like that, because when you glaze it, it looks really, really good. So I'm undecided, or we just get the end and we just imprint like so. Oh, yes, there we go. What do you reckon? Imprint? Type imprint if you like imprint, or before you do that, imprint. Dealt with. Imprint. So we want to go... We want to go in this direction, and we want to work from the bottom up, and that's going to be annoying because there's a big head in the way. I don't think I could do with a bendy version of this, really. Okay. Some very fine feathers. We could be here for some time, peeps. Do you want me to zoom in? Yep, you can. I don't know why I'm being quite so anal and putting them in such a pretty row, but because apparently I like to make a lot of hard work for myself, I've decided that that's what we're going to do. Because I am glutton for punishment, it seems. What I might do... Well, no, the feathers are going the wrong way. Goodness sake. Are they going the wrong way? Oh, this is driving me crazy. Hang on. The indent seems wrong. Because that would be the shadow underneath where your feathers cross. That's the wrong way. Do you know? Oh. Let's just blend out what I can. I'm just going to leave it as part of a reminder that I messed up. So on that point, I can then relax a little bit. And we're going to go the other way. So... Crap, how am I going to do the top of the head? Will that give me... Haha! That will give me just the imprint I need. It seems to... I don't know. I seem to like it this way round. Whether it's right or wrong, I actually prefer the way it looks. So I'm glad I changed it up, to be honest. I know feathers point down, but when you do a feather like that, you're looking... See, now you can see that it's pointing down in the right direction. So I'm not fussed. I like... Oh, it's nice and podgy in there. Wow, it's nice. Okay, so that would be in there, like so. And they would be there. There you go. If I do it like that, you see, then it gives you the indicator that the ones up the top are correct and I haven't just gone bonkers. And I am actually going to do some scratching in between. So I think rather than using a sharp, no, that's too blunt. If I use something too blunt, it's going. Oh, I haven't done his eyeballs yet. Hang on, let's do his eyeballs. How can no one remind me to do eyeballs? I'm going to cheat as well. Somewhere. Oh, that's perfect for that size. Tiny little cookie cutter. Look, weeny weeny. The eye is probably going to be too big and I'll need to shape it, but I'm just going to see. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that, and then I'll come back and blend it in a bit. So I'll use the same size cutter, but I'll extend the eye. It's cool because when you use the paper cutter, you can actually see all the paper fibres. So I want a soft one, I don't want one. Oh yes you do. No good unless they're perfect. Oops, dug in a bit there. Probably could have done with less clay on this eye. I can still shave some off if needed. Round it a bit in the middle. Oh, nearly dropped it. Get in there, come on. Am I happy with that? Oh, I think I'm happy with that. Oh, it's too soft. Sorry, I'm well off screen. There we go. Happy with that, I think. I always say I'm going to do it and then never finish it. I was supposed to have done all of Spectember as well, but I blooming well blew that one out of the water. I even had the first 15, 20 days. No, in fact, I might have had the whole 30 days planned. I'd written it on a sketchbook. I had my sketchbook planned out for it, but no, life just has to get in the way, doesn't it? I shall no doubt for you do the first few days and then that'll be it. I can't actually feel my toes in here right now, even with slippers and socks on. Oh dear, a bit heavy-handed there, Bonnita. I just literally squished his eye into his head then. Gently does it. Sorry, I'm spending way more on this eye than I probably should be, but I just want to get the edges all blended in, really. By the way, Wendy, without encouraging you to do any more and go and get any and all this sort of stuff, you can do this on MDF. Just saying. Right, I think I'm okay with the eyes. I don't think I can do any more on them. I think they're going to be as good as they, she says, keep fiddling. Right, stop it. You're not after perfection, woman. Right, I just want to point that last bit and then I will leave them alone. I keep forgetting I'm after this naive style. I'm not after utter perfection. Okay, so let's zoom out and get a... There he is so far. What do we think? What do we think? Really bit of excess here. Let's roll that up so it doesn't get too dry. Let's get some scratches on him. And then we'll work on that tree. You can also tell when it's dry because the colour changes. You can probably see between the two here how white that is compared. Yeah, see that's the thing with the Inktober. You know, anything like this was supposed to be a simple case of just a basic sketch. It didn't matter what you did, and I think so many decent artists took part. It was almost intimidating, really, because you were like, well, what's the point of me having to go when there's all these amazing... But even if you just did it for yourself in your own sketchbook. The surface is starting to dry. I quite like that fact. This is going to look amazing when it's glazed. quite tempted to colour glaze it, so his body would be white or, you know, brown or whatever. And then his face would be the darker brown, his wings would be the darker brown. I'm going to be very patient if you guys want me to paint him next week, and I will not paint him before then if you say to me that you would like to see him painted. You may have answered already, but I'm really struggling to see the chat, to be honest, on my computer while I'm doing this. I'm trying to be all concentrating and like I know what I'm doing, you see. I'm hoping to offer these up if I can get good at it, because I want to do a fox, I want to do a bear, I want to do a crow, a magpie, loads of things. Hedgehog, imagine a hedgehog. So, you know, I want to look at offering these up once they're done. Yeah, I'm happy with him. He seems pretty stuck to the board at the moment, but that could change when he dries, so I won't get too excited for now. Do you want to see something really funny? Hang on. What did I just roll over? Tracing paper. Can you see what that says? Yeah, I have one of them. Yeah. Yay! See, it worked. Bing, bing! Okay, paint next week then. Okay, let's do the tree then, shall we? So let's put him to one side for the minute, as we're going to need something to roll him out on. Blue tack in there somewhere. Sorry, the camera's autofocusing. I turned it off. Oh, I'm pulled the briefcase off. That was a good episode. Okay, I think if we're lucky we could elongate a portion. I'm going to take a smaller portion for the moon. Are we going to do a round moon or are we going to do a crescent moon? That is the next question, guys. Please comment. Round or crescent? Right, that's the moon. Because I intend to paint with some stars as well. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't clean your tissue blade that way round because it's stupid. Always horizontal, always. It doesn't matter whether they're alcohol markers or the aqua markers, they still need to be horizontal. I do have a video, I've got to edit it, explaining all the differences between Spectrum Noir products that I currently have, what they do, how you use them, and the best way to store them. So that's all coming up. Oh man, where's a piece of bark when you need it? I've left it in my texture drawer. Damn it. Send him out and go and get a bit tree trunk, shall I? I thought I might do it in the style that I do my illustrative trees when I draw. So I might do a couple of thin ones, but in that sort of silver birch. I don't know what I'm talking about actually, I'm just waffling. Oh, shut up for 5 minutes. Let's just... Oh, perfect width. Well, that's nice and simple then. Gather up what I can. Probably should score the back as well, actually. I feel like I'm grouting for tiles here. That would just help a little bit. My aunt gave that to Amelie, and I just thought it was genius. So it stays in the office. She went, "You can have it, Mummy." He does respond to the bell,
I do,
but he's still in his chair, so
yeah, not in the safe area.
he's not in a safe area. For those of you that don't play Warcraft, if you're not in a safe area, you die, but it's not real. So if you did die in the game, you just run back to your body and go and get it. But I'll sacrifice coffee time for his playtime. Okay, so I'm just going to use my little oval cutter to just mark in a couple of areas that I can then go in with a bit of detail and make like little knots. I wonder if I can just... No. There we go, it's a bit better. There we go. Don't know how well it's picking up. I reckon we've probably got another hour's worth to go, so if you need to go, I totally get it. I knew this was probably going to take a bit longer, but I'm having fun. Okay, I'm going to use this one, purely... Do I want to go that way? Yes, I do. I'm going to do it differently. Let's use the back and get a bit deeper. What do I want? I don't know. Let's do the odd one. Let's just do it on the back. I like the roughness that you get on the back. It almost adds to the bark texture. So this is quite similar to the way that I draw these types of trees. That sort of naive, I don't know. If you've seen my layered paper cuts, you would have seen nearly all my trees done in this manner. But I think this is going to look amazing when it's got the glaze over it.
More crafty, madam.
Why, thank you, young man.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Oh, such a... can you see it there? Hang on, let me get my... There you go. Can you see that? And what I might do is get my texture brush. And let's just poke up the edges a bit, unsmooth the edges a bit. I don't know how well you're gonna see that, but once that's glazed, if I can get that paint right in those edges, it's gonna look really, really good. You see that texture, that rough texture? Okay, so now we can just, every now and then, just drag a little bit in. By the way, if you ever are a polymer clay artist or you intend to play with it in the future, I warn you now, everything you see, you're going, that'll create a texture. Oh, I'll save that because that'll create a texture. Do you know how many vegetable and fruit nets I've got sat in my drawer? My air plant bag as well has the perfect little triangles, like proper little mermaid tail. So yeah, that's in there too. So can you see how much more of a natural shape we've got in there now, I think. Okay, so we're going to do a thinner one now. So it looks like it's in the background. Do we do 3? Do we have to do 3? I know some people like them in odd numbers. Just worming him out first before I flatten him out. So I want him thin because I want it to look like he's in the background. So hopefully by the time I roller it, oh dear, we've got some really dodgy shapes happening here. I wanted it much thinner than that, so I might actually chop it. I'm thinking 1, 2. Three. A small, maybe a possible half branch, Maybe a little one coming off this side. And then the moon. Quite like that composition. What do we think? No, lovely. Good luck tomorrow. I swear my eyes just feel really tired every time I look at the screen. It's not. It's because I have to sort my glasses out and I just cannot afford to do it at the minute. So they're going to have to wait. Okay, what do we think? Obviously that would be much thinner. We are just looking at... We'll just take the branches off altogether and leave it as trunks. I'm going to put these on and then decide. I'm quite happy with where the trees are sat. A broket. Just going to thin it a bit up there so I can stretch it out a bit. Okay, I know there's a delay on the thingy, but if the I don't know. My words won't come out tonight. Okay, a thumbs up or just say yes if you're happy with where everything is. So I'm thinking that and then the moon and then that's it. I don't think we can get away with 2 trees. Oh, I might get away with 2 trees actually. Did we even decide on what style of moon we're having? It's going to be a very small moon, you know that, don't you? And I'm totally using the lace for the moon. Oh my god, yes to which one, darling? Because I have a habit of asking 5 questions.
Really?
3. Okay, 3 trees. Shut up, mister. I didn't ask for your opinion. Go back to the kitchen where you belong. $14 marriage this year. 14. Told you I didn't dig the hole deep enough under the den. Like that. Or like that. Oh no! Too many blimmin'... Oh my god. Okay, right. Yes to something. I like the trunks. 3, yes. Crescent, crescent. I think 2 might be better. 2, yes. 3 looks better balance. Second, 2, and oh my god. No, now I'm really confused. Okay. Right. Full moon. 2 trees. $33. Might not get that far. We'll see, eh? I like the idea of the full moon, personally. Just not sure about the third tree right now. I think if we have a full moon, we need 2 trees. But I think if we have a full moon and 2 trees, I think we need some sort of, even if it's just a single branch. No, that looks crap. Solves that problem. I think it's too right heavy if we have 3. I think that sits much better. I think we're losing too much white space, and as much as white space irritates people, white space is actually very important. So I am leaning towards 2 trees. Done. Right, there you go. It's done. We're doing that. That's what we're doing. Yes. Okay. Apologies if you don't like it. Sorry. But I've made a decision. Keep that covered. Oh, it's so hard making choices. It's so thin as well. It's starting to... It's really frustrating when there's such a delay between what I say, what you hear. The wet really helps it on that board, actually. Okay, we're going to texture this and then we'll do the tweaks. Just brush some of that off it. Oh, it's quite hard now because I can't get to it like I did before. It's just getting the edge. So what do you guys think of this stuff so far? Not what I've done necessarily, but how it's behaved and how you can manipulate it. What do you think? Do you think it's something you'd like to try? Okay, right, okay. I don't know what you missed. We've decided on 2 trees and a sticky up branch. Or I might just do a couple of other bits on it as well, so. Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. If this works out, guys, I know exactly what I'm doing for the next one. Oh, yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's make some baby branches. We don't want them too thick because it's going to be in the distance. Sticking my nails in, which is not doing me any favours. It's texturing it, but going to pop. Sorry, all I can hear is my camera autofocus driving me crazy. It is, isn't it? Looks fun to work with. Love what you've created. Thank you. I'm really pleased, actually. I was really nervous because I thought I'd end up going down that whole realism route and getting annoyed and doing everything else I normally do. Oh, yes. Oh, she's on the ball today. Do you know why? Because all I've done recording wise or drawing wise is the Patreon tutorial today. I've literally been either filming or editing, which was all supposed to be done on Monday, but Monday just all went wrong. I didn't go to bed till 2 o'clock this morning because I had to sit and wait for one of my videos to export. Honestly, don't ever think having a YouTube channel or Patreon is easy work, because it really is not. Looks naff bent. Looks naff straight now. I liked it a minute ago and now I don't like it. There we go. We got balance now. Okay, we got balance. Okay, so we're going for a full moon. Didn't need to cut off that extra bit of clay, I don't think. Get in there. Let's get a bit of water on that. Let's that out of the way while we roller. Yeah, I mean, look how easy that is. I mean, I have really warm hands, so I find conditioning clay quite easy. So I don't tend to have an issue. But if you have dexterity issues or you're a kid, it can be quite frustrating, because especially some of the older clays, they can be really hard to condition. Come on, let's squeeze as much out of that as I can without tearing it. I do need some more. I was doing a Maggie then, but I don't think I can. There's loads there, you dingus. God. Okay. Right, we'll do the moon, get the moon textured. I'm sure I've got a larger piece of lace somewhere, but it's not in here, so I can't really keep getting up and... Not that I have been getting up, but you know what I mean. I'll make it work. Somehow, she says. pants. Let's try that on the other side. There is actually more relief on one side than there is the other, so I need one big bit. I did bring my texture mats, but I don't know what's in my texture mats. Ooh, Maggie! Oh man, now what are we going to do? Oh crap. Oh, it's the trouble with choice. Okay, the size block that I've got, which is 8 ounces, 227 grams, was £9.60 from Amazon. You can get smaller blocks, and I think it's nearly half the size for about £6. I only got 9 because I thought it was a little bit better value. And I knew that I was going to be doing something larger. Okay, so these are the texture mats I've got. I'm not having hearts. That's too even, that pattern, I think. Although that would look incredible glazed. I'm thinking, Maggie, swirls on the moon. What do we think? I like the idea of swirls. Or I've got this really posh fleur-de-lis, but I'm thinking swirls. It reminds me of that. There's all them hair paintings, isn't there, where they're looking up at the moon. It's got loads of swirls all around it. That's what that reminds me of. Let's try it. Slowly does it. If you can do it with the roller, you need to do it slowly, otherwise it all moves. But I want a really deep impression. Oh look, it's gone through to the other side. That's cool. Okay, please release, please release, please release, please. Oh my god, Maggie! Look at that. Look at that, everyone. I only say that because I think it's one of Maggie's favourite moulds. Well, whatever. Texture mats. That is delicious. Okay. Oh no, now what bit to cut? What bit to cut? Oh, it's just so yummy. Okay, so that looks like a little rose in there. So we've got lots of littler ones in there. Got an S in there. I'm not so keen on that S. I think I prefer that. Get onto the edge of there. I think I prefer that. Or do I prefer that? No, I don't like that S. It's drying all on my hands, and just looking at it is actually making my mouth salivate and making me feel a bit blech. Committed. We have our moon. I can't believe how delicious that is. Just out of interest then, because this is my favourite texture mat. Oh, there's no stopping me now, people. There is no stopping me now. This is such a tiny texture mat, this one. Oh, look at that. That is quite... Oh man. I'm going to have to use this on something, because once that's glazed, that's going to look incredible. Okay. smoothing off the side with a wet finger just to get some of the fibres down. I just... Oh. Okay, Mr. Owl, you're about to get your moon. Okay, ready? Boom, 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 boom. We need the NASA music going. Do, 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 dum, 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 dum. Whatever the hell it is. Loving that moon. Okay, I think we... Oh, actually, what if we were to have it off to the side? So imagine that cut and it just peeking on the side. What do you think? Just peeking off the corner. I don't know, something irritates me having this full moon just plonk right there. But I think maybe if we just take a little bit off the corner, and then it wouldn't be... I try. It wouldn't be so stark. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Okay, I'm going to stick it. Let's... wrong one. Actually works really well on this acrylic. It like suctions down really easily. Right, so the corner of the board is there, so I can't go back any further than that. So somehow okay, it's a canvas board I primed with gesso. It was actually a alcohol pour thing that I did. I didn't like it, so I just put gesso on it again. And then I have used my favourite acrylic prime. Well, it's not a primer, but my base coat I like to use, which is Payne's Grey. So it's not a black, it's a Payne's Grey, and it looks like... I got it from the range, and if they still have some, I've got to go and get some more because I have actually used nearly a whole pot priming a load of canvases. But it's that one. But it's Payne's Grey, so it's a really dark version of Payne's Grey. And then I lightly sanded it because I liked the effect, plus I wanted it to have more suction. So that needs more water. And then when I add the stars, I think it's just going to add to the whole overall look. I'm pretty sure it's right across there. And then right across there. I'm so happy. Do you know what? It's turned out so much better than I thought it would. Look, even he's happy. He's got little happy eyebrows. He looks angry. Happy eyebrows. Happy eyebrows. Should we make him an eagle owl? Oh dear, I'm such a child. Although that is freaking cute. Oh no, stop it. Stop it. Stop playing. Little horns. What am I doing? I think he would have been really nice as an eagle owl now. Oh, someone tell me to add them as ears. Look at them. It's got to happen, hasn't it? Please tell me I'm not stupid to put them on. I know he's a barn owl, but this is fantasy land. This is Doodle land. Nothing makes sense here. You all know that. I just think that's so cute. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you think I should add the little ears on. I definitely need to do an eagle owl, don't I? I do like them. I oddly like them. You know when you see the owls? Oh, just don't. Stop it. You know when you see the owls with the stag horns? And the bunnies with the stag horns? That is what I'm feeling. I'm totally feeling that vibe. See, this is what happens. Happy happy little accidents. Oh, just... There's a meme going around with Bob Ross being painted by a bunch of trees. It's quite funny. Right, if I get 5 thumbs up, I will put them on. So if I get 5 thumbs up, I'll put them on. So we've got 2 so far. I need another 3. If I don't get 5, then I won't add them. A bit of bling on the moon there. Look, it's got a little crown. Oh dear. What did happen to my bag of goodies? I've got like these bag of, I don't know what they are, brass things, clay all under my nails. Ugh. So many pretties. So you can see why you can have fun doing all mixed media. A little butterfly. Okay, that's 3. We've got 7 people watching. Can 2 more put the thumbs up? I reckon you can. That's 4. Need 1 more. Maggie, where are you? I bet your internet's playing about. It's a butterfly and tree. It's a very big moth. That's what that is. Does my own thumbs up count? I'm going to add it. Who cares? I'm going to add it. It's my owl. Do what I like. I've got a lot of desk clearing to do tomorrow, by the way, because it is a state. Right, it's happening. It is happening. So I'm going to lift. Put a bit of water down. The only trouble is because it is so delicate, it's really easy to mark. Do you? I only see 11. 7. Well done, YouTube. Well, hello to all my 11 viewers. Thank you for sticking around and watching. Don't be shy if you'll come say hello. I know some people have difficulty commenting. Hey, there's my 5th one. Thank you, Maggie. I love it. I don't know why. It's just so cute. Reminds me a little bit, actually, of I've got Asda plates, which have quirky little designs on there like that. That's really starting to dry, that top bit. So I reckon this will be dry in 2 days. Possibly 3. That's curling up. I need to get that down. Hopefully that's enough to hold that down. Well, I have to say that as daunting as this was, it was thoroughly therapeutic and enjoyable. And of course you guys have made it all the more relaxing and chilled and enjoyable. So I thank you for that. Just going to bring the bottom out a little bit just to give it a bit more of a curve appeal. Matches in a little bit more the other side then. There we go. I think we're done. I think we're done. It's not a Doodles show unless you've got a bit of rudeness. Ah, you have to say that, Maggie. That was fun though. I really thoroughly enjoyed that. What do you think, guys? I just really pleased with that. Well, yeah, I've got quite a mess actually to clear up. So this should be fun. I might leave it till tomorrow morning, but just to give you an idea, so I think I've probably used just over half the block. I think. Without going and weighing it. Thank you. I'm so pleased that you were able to stick it out with me, and I think it was just fun. It was just fun to do something different. I needed it actually. I needed to do something completely different. Arty but different. So I need to think a title of this piece. And yeah, it's really starting to dry already. I cannot wait to paint this. I'm just hoping some of these ridges are deep enough. I might just deepen some of them off camera. But thank you for joining me, lovely peeps. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. As I say, it is so important to help my channel grow, and you know how much I love you peeps. And the more we have in our Doodles family, the better. So yeah, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you are watching and you're not, currently a subscriber, I go live every Wednesday. And there's videos uploaded every week, and there's a brilliant new series coming, so keep your eye out for that. But have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whichever it may be, and I shall see you guys on the other side. Night.